Alright guys, welcome back to What Would They Think, where I take two characters and have them not so much fight, but more like, what would they think of one another? Like, what would one character think of the other if they each encountered one another in a meeting? And today I got a little bit of a villain one for you, and that is Starscream from Transformers meeting Cinderfall from Ruby. Now, why am I putting Cinderfall with Starscream? Why on earth am I putting Cinder with Starscream? Because, let's be real, the writers are really making her out to be Starscream at the end. But, like, you've been seeing it, right? Like, we've all been seeing the same thing, since, Salem and Cinder have kind of had little friction between them. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that she's gonna Cinder is definitely gonna pull a Starscream at some point in the show. Like Salem is now Megatron, and I have no doubt, and because the writers are so goddamn stupid who can't even follow their own fucking directions or their own rules at this point, they're going to have Cinder maybe, like, I have no doubt that Ruby will put a wounding blow on Salem, and she'll have to, like, recoil back and crawl back in the shadows to heal, and then Cinder will be like, "Oh, how it pains me to do this!" Boom! And then Salem comes back after bonding with Unicron, and then while Cinder's having her royal coronation to be the new Queen of Grimm, Galva Salem will come flying in and be like, "Coronation, Cinder? This is bad comedy. Salem, is that you? Here's a hint." Wait, I'm thinking of something else. Something I'd rather be watching and talking about. I'm sorry I went on that rant. It was too easy. But yeah, we all know where this is going, right? Like, we're all heterogeneous in our collective thought process of, oh yeah, Cinder's Starscream now, so there's no beating around the bush of having her. What would it be like if Starscream and Cinder met? So, what would it be like? Now, let's imagine Starscream, always the schemer, always someone who's not willing to get his hands dirty, usually letting someone else do it. This would be kind of like the Division, because I do not see for a second either Cinder or Starscream getting along. Neither of these fuckers are gonna be BFFs. Like, they ain't gonna be making BFF bracelets by the end of this. They're going to be, it'd be more or less like these two, Starscream and Cinderfall, would be working together out of, like, necessity. Like, Starscream would be like, "Oh, if you work with me, I will make sure that I help you kill, Salem, and, you can rule over the Grimm." And Salem would be like, motherfucking, motherfucking son of a bitch, sorry, I'm having a conversation. Anyway, yeah, these two, Starscream, like, Cinder would be like, "Motherfucking son of a bitch making me do all the work." And, like, I guarantee you, like, the moment these two, if there was an actual Transformers Ruby crossover, these two would definitely, like, sell each other out the moment something goes wrong. Like, Megatron and Salem working together, and then the second something goes wrong, Starscream will be like, I'm gonna head out. Transform, boom! Out he goes, leaving Cinder to be curb-stomped by Megatron and Salem. And then blasted into atoms. Because that's how it would probably go. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Yeah, but I do see, like, now, I do sound like I'm shitting on this and making a lot of fun of it, but really, like, I could definitely see, like, Cinder, not so much admiring Starscream, but more like admiring the weaponry he's carrying. I could definitely see, Cinder, like, admiring the weaponry that Starscream is carrying. Like, she would believe that, oh, this would definitely blow a hole through Cinder that she ain't coming back from. And I think also that Starscream would kind of admire like Salem's just drive to just do anything to survive. I think he would almost admire that, because remember, above all else, Starscream is a survivor. And I think he would almost, keyword almost, appreciate someone who has that kind of same kind of, well, need for survival skills as he does. Because above all else, there's only one person Starscream cares about. And that's Starscream. But I could totally see like him going like, oh, you've done much, you've survived much, you've had to step on so many people. I can almost respect that, but you're still a fleshling, and you're still weak and fallible. So, you know, get fucked, get fragged, human. So that would be that would be as far as the respect for one another would go, where it'd almost be like, hey, you guys can go get, you guys can be friends, quotation mark friends, but the moment their plan like Starscream and Cinder's plans like backfire for a single fucking second, they're immediate like Starscream's gonna be like, I'm outie 5,000, and just deuce out of there so fast, because that's how Starscream do. That's how the Starscream do. Yep, I was watching too many of those episodes on here on YouTube. Anyway, so what was I gonna? Yeah, so like I said, this would not be a friendship like I had with Thor and Escanor or other characters. This would be more like hey, it's a temporary alliance at best, and we're just going to mildly tolerate one another for now, but the second something goes wrong, it's every bot and evil, poorly written bitch for herself. Have I brought up yet that I really just am completely livid about anything regarding Ruby, and yet I keep bringing it up? I'm like a glutton for punishment. It's like I'm a sadist for this. The two shows that really get under my get under my skin, just crawl under my skin, in terms of how bad they are Ruby and Miraculous Ladybug, and yet somehow I keep coming back to them in one form or another. Ugh, Christ, it's never gonna end. Anyway, so I'm just kind of rambling at this point, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think what do you think it would be like if Starscream and Cinder teamed up? What would they think of one another? Do you think they'd get along? What kind of plans would they have? And do you think they would work out? Or would it be like, it was her? It'd just be like, boom, I'm gone. Anyway, so once again, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.